Good day, everyone. My brother's asked me to show him how we heat up a small room without electricity or without gas heaters. So we use candles, and it sounds strange, but it actually works. It raises the temperature about anything from 5 to 10 degrees, and you can always add more if the room is slightly larger. What we do is we use Trex, which is a vegetable fat. It's a vegetable fat. Do not use any animal fats or anything like that, just the pure vegetable fat. And we melt everything obviously on a little gas stove. So what we'll do is we just put that on there. We start up the heat and we cut a piece of the Trex off, and we melt that until it is completely done. I will show you this because this is typically what we use to put the candle in. As you can see, that candle's been expanded, that candle's been used up, and we don't throw this away. We actually add this to our Trex. Now I've got it on far too much heat at the minute, so I'm going to turn the heat down a wee bit, because you just want to melt it. You don't want to boil the fat or the vegetable oil. You just want to melt it, and there you can see it's starting to melt. And when that melts, we'll come back. Okay, that's almost melted now. The question is, do you actually need this vegetable fat? And the answer is no. We buy some small candles that we use. You can use ordinary candles. These are rated to last, I can't remember, but they say about 10 hours. But we're gonna make long life candles that will last probably a whole day, nearly 24 hours, and that's just using the vegetable fat to make it a long life candle. Now you don't need this. You can use a standard candle just like this one, and I've also added the wax, or the candle, the vegetable fat that was still left. I've added that in there. Now that's melted, so we turn the heat off and we wait for a while. Now as you can see, this candle is going to stand in there and it's going to protrude slightly, and that's what you're looking for. But you don't want to put this boiling hot in there. So what you're going to do is you're going to leave that for a minute or two to cool down just a little bit, because you want it liquid but you don't want it hot. And you're going to pour it into the little glass jars, and then you're going to let it sit for a while, and then you'll add the candle afterwards, because you don't want the candle to melt. So we'll let that sit for a while and then we'll come back to you. Okay, it's only been sitting for about 5 minutes, so it's still very hot. So hot in fact that I cannot touch the pot, and it's getting hot right through this. So what I'm going to do is I just pour this in to the jar about halfway. Don't fill it up to the top, because you're going to add the candle, and you can always add some of this afterwards. So about halfway. And now we're making our long life candles. And you can leave that in the jar, or you can pour it out and you can put it in another tub. You're just going to have to melt it again later. We only use this pot, if you will, for the candle work. So yeah, we don't take it out. All right, we'll leave that for a while. These are going to be sitting now for quite a while. They're going to change color. They're going to go a little bit whitish, and then we'll come back. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes now. All we do is this is cold. Well, I wouldn't say it's cold to the touch, but it's not very hot at all. So all you do is you push this in slowly. Be careful, it will splash up and it will hit you on the hand, and the wax underneath, or the the fat underneath is still quite warm. So you just push these in. I think you can see that, and it leaks up a wee bit, it pushes out a wee bit, but that's fine. And this is the pot, so we will just dribble some of this over that and fill it up, bearing in mind it's not hot now, well, not scalding hot, it is warm. Okay, so there you go. You've made 4 long life candles. Each one of those should last around about 24 hours or so. Now, what I've done is this one has been burnt just a little bit. It's been used a little bit, but that's what it turns out to be. And this is quite hard. So you'll leave this standing one side. Let it cool down completely. It will solidify, and you can use that as your candle. Now I've made a long one in a glass jar with a normal standard candle in it. Obviously I cut the candle down so that it sticks out just a wee bit. If you want light for a long period of time, this is what you would do. This will last for a number of days. I'm guessing, I can't remember, I made a few of these and I burnt them at one stage just to see how long they last. I don't know, I'm thinking 4 days, something like that, maybe even longer. But there you go, so that's what you do. So I'm going to just get a few more things and then I will come back to you. Okay, now to actually make the heater. Now you've got a standard tea light candle, and you've got one of those that I showed you a few minutes ago. The others are cooling down over there, so we're not going to use them just yet until they get solidified. But I've taken 3 coins and stacked them in a triangle around that, so that a terracotta pot with a single hole in the top can fit over that. The reason for that is you want air to be drawn in underneath and then be expelled as warm air or hot air out the top, and it fits on both of those. So I'm going to light this up. I don't know how well this is going to work. Oh, that's warm. Okay, now what you do is you just push this over there and push this one over there. I haven't got a thermometer or a digital thermometer that can measure that, but the tea candle will last you about, I don't know, probably about 2 hours, maybe a bit more, and I can feel the heat coming through that already. And this one, yep, that's got some heat on it as well. So yeah, my wife just gave me this this little thermometer thing. I don't know if it will change if I hold it over there. It's a bit too hot for it, maybe. Let's see if that works. No, my finger's getting too hot. Oh, there it's going up 20. Oh, that's hot. 24 degrees. That is still warm there. Wow, that's hot. But there you can see it's already, don't know how much you can see of that. There we go. It was 22 degrees when we started. Just held it over there for a few minutes or few seconds, and it's going up 27 degrees already. So these suffer from a little bit of a delayed reaction, but you can see it definitely, the heat that comes out of there, that one is quite warm. Right up here I can feel the heat. That's just gone to 29.3 degrees already, and that's just holding it in close proximity. This one's got heat, but it's not as hot as this one. This one is really hot. So that's how you can warm up a small room with a candle, or a long life candle if you will. You can obviously use those standard candles. Obviously use these standard candles, just put them on a base so that the wax doesn't run over everything, saucer or something to that effect, and just put it down and then put your terracotta pot over it, and it will do the same effect as what this one does. It just won't last as long. It'll probably last about 10 hours or so, but yeah, that is really warm. That one is warm, but it's not as hot as this one. This one is really hot. Okay, so that's it, and that's all you need. A candle, a terracotta pot, and you don't need to use coins. You can use washers. Just stack 3 on top of each other, just enough to give you some airflow being sucked out from with the warm air, with the hot air. It will suck the cold air in, warm it up, and then pump it out. And that's it. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.